We're getting ready for the procedure.
We're getting ready to handle some meat.
That's right. Brewery and the Beast is happening this Sunday for Father's Day. Jason Flem from Two Rivers Meats has come in to show us what will be, what you guys will be doing on Sunday, and talk about all these different cuts of meat. We were just discussing that Fred Flintstone would be very proud of this. Now, I'm wearing gloves, so is it okay if I touch it?
Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely.
I just
Ooh.
want to do this. I just have the urge to hold it up like this. So this is probably one of my favorite cuts here.
Yeah, the tomahawk. It's an aggressive cut of meat. As you can see, it's 2.5 pounds and intimidating to understand what to do with it. But
what do you do with it?
In all reality, all it is a ribeye, and it's a bone-in prime rib steak, and this bone, the handle that you're holding on to is actually a short rib. So the meat's been taken off it, and it's just made to look very exotic for a plate, but it is quite easy to work with. Yeah.
Now, Caitlin and I were discussing. I love this, but when you go to a restaurant, I never want to order it because it is so huge.
Yeah.
I don't know, like. How big do they come?
Well, this, like Hawksworth, for example, this is on the menu as a dinner for two. So this is roughly 2.5 pounds.
Yeah, we could split it.
How do you like yours, though? That's the question.
Okay, of course, then it's got lots of fat on it. That's a lot of marbling on it. So that's something you want to look for.
Absolutely. I mean, in a nice ribeye steak, you want to have the marble. You get some really nice flavor with it, and so it's important to have. Absolutely.
Okay.
So do you just toss this on the barbecue?
I would simply take a nice salt, like something that you really enjoy, like a type of salt, we've actually put together a salt that's got some herbs and seasonings in it, or simple, just like a Maldon salt, and just give it some rub, put some peppercorns on it, right onto the barbecue.
Just keep it really simple?
Yeah, absolutely.
So right onto the barbecue, like at what temperature, and how do you know when it's done? What should it be?
I would put this right on a high heat barbecue and flip it a couple of times so you get some nice crisp on the outside, so it's kind of browned and marked. Move it off to an element that's not on, and just kind of work the barbecue like an oven.
Okay.
And you know, the important really just to it's important to touch the meat so you can actually get an understanding of what you're dealing with, right? Like this raw meat, what does it feel like?
Right.
As it starts to cook, it starts to firm up, and so you can imagine as it starts to tighten up. So the tighter it gets, hockey puck is bad, right? It's gonna be rubbery.
Steve loves the hockey puck. He likes his beef well done.
Yeah.
So this little trick that people do with using the heel of their hand.
You know what, it works, but I would just recommend touching the meat. Get your hands on the meat and really just get to know what it's like. I mean, you can see how really soft that is.
Yeah.
When you get some heat on that, it's gonna start to firm and you know. That's really it's the same thing as touching your hands,
right?
Or, you know, to basically all you're doing is firming up that muscle in your hand.
So you know that this feels a certain
medium rare. That's okay.
Put your pinky on your thumb and touch it now. That's well done.
That's my steak.
Right?
Oh, you like well done also?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, what should that be?
You know what?
Different cuts should be different things, or
really up to the person. I mean, I wouldn't take it past medium rare myself. I like a rare steak.
But if you like well done, go well done.
Absolutely.
Okay, what else do we have here?
We've got some ribs. This is a really interesting cut called a bavette we can talk about, and this is a pork tenderloin.
Okay, well, let's look at the bavette because that looks kind of odd.
Yeah, the bavette, really interesting cut of meat. It comes off of the flap of a cow. You don't see it very much around. Is because I mean, this is one piece. There's two of these on a cow. Not a lot of meat, but when you
probably makes it more desirable.
When you get your hands on it, right? It's kind of across from a flank and a skirt steak, right? You can see the grains running this way. It's a great cut to marinate, but my favorite would be just to salt rub it. Same as I would do with that ribeye. Salt rub it, peppercorns, put it right on the barbecue, and then just let it go.
And let it keep it as one?
Absolutely.
Not
and then, yeah, the critical thing about grain in a steak when you're cutting it, you see all the grains running this way. You really want to cut it across the grain when you're going to serve it.
Okay, so we should have apologized to the vegetarians in the audience, though. But you cut this way then.
Exactly. So what I would do, like if you're going to take a whole piece of meat like this and grill it, great.
Yeah.
And then I would take it and actually cut it here.
Oh, okay.
Cut it here.
I see. Okay.
Cut it here, and then cut it this way, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You've got a few other things here. Ribs, like you said, pork loin.
do you boil those? That's the big, like, before you cook them.
Ish. You know what? I would braise them a bit with a bit less heat.
Okay.
Whatever flavors that you really like. You know, it could be beer, it could be soda, it could be cola. You know, it could be red wine, white wine, whatever kind of aromatics that you want. I would braise it down. Basically, what you're trying to do is break the meat, let it separate off, so that it comes very tender. Like you have a short rib in a restaurant.
Right.
It's very tender, right? Once that's done, I take it out and let it rest. The fat will congeal, the muscles will tighten up. I take all the sauce that I'm braising in and try to reduce it. So it's a bit of a process. But then later on, put it on the barbecue, everything comes back. Your reduced sauce is your barbecue sauce now, glaze it. What happens when you braise these, the bones will actually pop. You've seen it just like this. That's called Frenching the bone.
Right.
This will happen automatically and the bones will just pop back and you've got these little beautiful little lollipops.
Little handles.
Little handles, right?
Excellent.
And then so you cut between the bones, you got a great rib.
Okay, let's just talk about this chicken down here, because I just wanted to show how you cut it.
This, known as a spatchcock chicken or just a flat chicken, a really great piece of meat to barbecue.
Just like that.
Just like this. All we've done is taken the whole rib cage and backbone out. So the thigh bone, which is right here, and your drumstick are there, and your wings are bone in. Everything else is boneless. So
Is that very hard to do yourself, to spatchcock it?
you know what? It would be a bit difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Takes a little
very it's very
practice.
possible. I mean, it's not an expensive cut of meat to put a knife through.
But you can ask your butcher to
Absolutely.
take care
They'll
of that
know
for you.
exactly what to do with it. You know what? It's a great marinade item. Put some marinade in it for a half a day. Put it right onto the barbecue and just, you flip it, you flip it. If
Okay.
you're worried about, is my chicken done?
Yeah.
Just get a thermometer and put it in.
Yeah.
So you put it into the bone.
Right there.
So you know where to go and
Okay. Just before we let you go, Brewery and the Beast this Sunday. Tell us more about where it is and what's going to be happening.
It's at Concord Pacific Place between 1 and 4, and there's going to be between 30 and 35 chefs from around the Lower Mainland, one from Whistler and one from Vancouver Island. And we've supplied, I think, the vast majority of the meat to the vendors.
Excellent.
From our suppliers, right? So, beef, chicken, pork, lamb, there's some buffalo. So there's a whole variety of products, and
So the brewery is the other part of it, so there'll be beer on site as well.
Phillips Brewing is they've got a beautiful 33-foot gypsy caravan of a reefer container with a bunch of hoses coming off it for tap beer, and it's just amazing.
I didn't understand anything except lots of beer in there. Thanks very much, Jason.
It's sold out, but we're giving away tickets.
We are. So you can email us right now at morningnews@globaltv.com for Brewery and the Beast. If you don't have Father's Day plans for this Sunday, it'd be a perfect thing to take your dad to. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll take a quick break here on the Morning News. Be right back with your top stories.
And I never had a